Well, on Sunday, a team known as Arsenal is going to be hosting Man City at the Emirates Stadium. And today, both managers have gone ahead to hold what we call press conferences as far as their squads are really looking like, and they've gone ahead to give us their insight onto these games that are obviously going to be coming in through on Sunday. And Mikel Arteta has come out and obviously spoken hugely about this. And he has hinted onto already thrown in what we call Erling Haaland warning to the defenders of Arsenal. And this is one of the things that you have to obviously understand, because it's really one of the deadliest that you'll ever come up and obviously talk about. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as don't miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Reijnders has gone ahead to obviously speak about his relationship with Erling Haaland, and then Hans Flink has obviously talked about Marcus Rashford's performance yesterday and why he obviously wanted them to get this deal done and dusted. So let's see close to 100 likes, smash on this video, and don't forget to subscribe because we want to hit 28,000 subscribers onto this beautiful channel of ours in here. Now, Arteta has the following to say about Erling Haaland. He said, there are a lot of things that you have to get right. He's a player who doesn't need much space, much time or situations to generate big chances, especially in and around the box. Sometimes preventing the source is the best thing to do, and we have to do that. We have to do it again. Now, one of the best matches that I saw Erik ten Hag manage was when United beat Man City by 2-1 at the Old Trafford. In that particular fixture, the manager of Manchester United by then, Erling Haaland, was like, I'm going to cut off the supply. And that's what Arteta is talking about. You know, you need to see to it that you really mark everyone, and see to it that you cut off the supply, because the lad is really that deadly. So, in the due course of cutting off the supply, you'll obviously decrease onto the threat of Erling Haaland. That's obviously one of the things that you need to know about Man City, that when you cut off the supply, their forward line won't obviously operate. It won't really operate. You understand? It won't really operate. But it's also hard to cut off their supply, meaning that you have to keep your central defenders on what we call on high alert. Like, if it's going to be Gabriel and Mosquera, obviously, you'll have to see to it that they are on what we call high alert as far as everything is really concerned. So, the side of Erling Haaland has obviously gone ahead to put in a very huge shift in there, and we know to it that in this only season, Erling Haaland has gone ahead to score very many goals. That is it. And those goals include a brace, Those goals include a brace against a team known as Manchester United. And the other games where he really went ahead to score 3 goals, meaning that he is the top scorer in the Premier League with 5 goals, and you have to give it to him because he has gone ahead to obviously fight for it. And the manager knows it well that it won't really stop there. You understand? It won't really stop there. It will obviously come in through at a very huge shift. Because remember last time, City lost 5-1 to Arsenal, and them getting that winning momentum against Manchester United and Napoli, Arteta knows it, that team now has some huge confidence in them, and they are coming to Emirates to obviously try to shock a team known as Arsenal and see to it that they really do the revenge. And will the revenge really be successful? That's what you're really waiting for here onto the Rokani Media Football. But after alerting those defenders, they need to obviously stop the lad, because he's really one of the best finishers in the world. If you know, you know. Talk of the best finishers in the world, that is one of the players that you need to obviously come and really discuss about highly. He's the best number 9 in the world. No one comes close to him, and that's why the teams like Barcelona have gone ahead to come up and obviously shown huge interest in signing the player. You understand? So, as it stands, I obviously understand that lots of things will obviously move on well for the side of Arsenal as far as that game of football is really concerned, because I do believe that they will obviously put in a very huge shift altogether. That is it for the side of Arsenal. But Erling Haaland is really deadly and is really in sharp form. In the previous 2 games that's gone ahead to play, he has scored 4. He has put 4 goals past Manchester United and Napoli combined, meaning that if you're Arsenal and you're obviously looking up to him, you know exactly how things are. So that is exactly how we've gone ahead to obviously see to it that we really get in this. So from there, you obviously have we obviously have Reijnders talking about Erling Haaland, the man in the picture that we're all discussing about. He says that Reijnders, on his relationship with Haaland, we often talk in training about how we can help each other as much as possible by constantly watching each other on the pitch so we know where spaces are. That went well against Manchester United, a great feeling for both of us. So, as Arteta is planning to silence a player known as Erling Haaland, there is a player who has proven to be one of those that is good at creating chances for him, and that is Reijnders, who was brought in as a replacement for Kevin De Bruyne. You understand? He was brought in as a replacement for Kevin De Bruyne. So, as it stands, you also have to really get out this guy. And Reijnders, if you give him space, he will obviously kill you because he has that eye for penetrative pass, and Erling Haaland. If you let him really have very many chances, he can even score 4 or 5 goals against you, So he's another one that Arsenal has to look at and obviously get to know that he's really that player that can cause havoc to the side of Arsenal throughout that game. So, as the manager talks about blocking the supply, Reijnders should be one of those that they should obviously look at and really understand that he's a lad that has always put in a very huge shift altogether into that particular side, all central attacking midfield of Man City. Then Hans Flink, after the game, where Rashford went ahead to score a brace, he said, I told Deco in the summer, please, get me a player like Rashford, please. I'm so happy to have him here. Rashford was an opportunity in the transfer market and we had to take it. I'm glad we did. I spoke with him and told him, I need you in my team. You understand? And then after he told him that he needs him in his team, guess what went ahead to happen? Rashford came in through, and this is a good step forward for Marcus Rashford. It will give him a lot of confidence as he really gets back to play in the La Liga and see how he really improves himself. And that brace is really one of those goals that Rashford will always want to really score. And Rashford in the Champions League has always gone ahead to score very many goals. That is it. He's really on fire. And I think at Barcelona, he might even score very many goals, like 10 or 12. That's a number of goals that Marcus Rashford hasn't obviously gone ahead to score in a single Champions League season. Because if you follow up onto how Barcelona really plays, if Rashford runs and really gets into those super positions, obviously he'll find himself putting that ball at the back of the net. Rokani David is my name. Hope you guys are really having fun, Thank you for watching in through. Your reactions to Arteta issuing Erling Haaland warning ahead of the Arsenal Man City encounter are welcome in the comment section below. I've given you my thoughts. Now I'm waiting for your thoughts about what the gaffer of Arsenal is going to say about this enticing fixture happening this Sunday. And I'm obviously going to be dropping the match preview in the morning that you guys will need to understand that we are going to be having a game of one of the best games of the season that you wouldn't like to miss. Good night, those going to bed, and we're obviously going to be dropping more videos here.